What is going on, guys? I am the Veteran Miner, and we have a couple of guests today. We have Jeff Key from Flux. We have Max Voltage. And unfortunately, GPURisers Vistang could not make it with us tonight. He got sick, so wish him well. But we have a couple of things that we're going to be talking about today. So the first thing is going to be Jeff Key about Flux, right? Then we're going to go into a major giveaway from us, GPURisers, and myself, the Veteran Miner. So that's going to be really, really cool. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and then maybe get into a little bit of AI, but we'll see. So let me just say hello to the chat here first, and then we can start with Jeff Key. All right. I want to say thank you to Second TL, Joker Miner, Power Minds Crypto, Kyle Rosa, GIVAWAY Trades, Crypto Craig, Stefan Cicero, Automatic Beats, John Germain, T Gig, Tim I Am Crypto. We have some new people here. Thanks, I appreciate it. Marshall L, and let me see. Alex is in the chat right now as well. Gaming with Smoking Dan, Burn. And if I missed you guys, I apologize. I was gonna say Max Voltage because
yeah, I'm here too.
I'm just saying.
He's there. He's
yeah.
there.
So yeah, Detroit Irish too. He said he's a bot. All right, guys. Bacon, eggs, and hash as well. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Hit that like button. Okay, so take it away, Mr. Jeff Key.
Well, I just invited Alex as well. I told him to sleep, but...
You invited Alex?
Yeah.
I like when he explains stuff.
Yeah.
If you can get him in there, if he wants to...
Give me
unfortunately,
one sec. Give me
if
one
you guys
sec.
don't know, it is probably about like 2 a.m. where Alex lives right now, right? 3 a.m. It's even
Okay,
worse.
what I want to know is where's the half-hour time zone in that part of the world?
Well, he's not a Newfoundland, okay? So that would be the half-hour difference.
Right.
But no, that would be the only one that I actually know that actually has a half-hour difference.
I know there's a
That's
few around the
crazy.
world, but I figured that part of the world it was, and I was just being a jerk. Anyway.
I love when Max is on the
It's
show.
the Swiss.
It's
They,
freaking awesome.
they don't know how clocks work properly. So
Ah, yes.
that's why they all have to make watches everywhere, because they don't know how time works. All right.
Jeff Key, did you send him the
What do you guys
link?
want to do? I did.
Okay, good. Perfect. I was going to send him too. Okay.
Is he not joining?
I do not see him.
Only who would look at his Discord DM, then he'd be able to join in.
Well, he's listening, I'm sure, right now, because he was in the chat. So, TD said, what part of the world are you, Jeff Key? Oh, my goodness.
I'm in sunny Manitoba, Canada.
Crypto Frank, 99.99 super chat to the best cables in the nation. Thank you very much, Crypto Craig.
Holy
Oh my
smokes.
God, Jesus! Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, Crypto Craig. We actually have another guest too, so let's add him in. We're gonna have a blast tonight, guys. I'm telling you, right here, the one and only Mining King.
Oh man, he's just here to harass me. My boss is like, get back to work.
Yeah,
What are you doing? Yeah.
we're just
See, I told you.
we are gonna be good to go
You're screwing
tonight.
off. That's what I'm supposed to do, okay?
Man,
Mining King again. That's 3 streams in a row now.
Have what?
oh wow.
That is 3 streams in a row.
That you're on? Yeah, I know. it's
No,
cool.
that I'm on with you.
Yeah.
So,
You can't get rid of him. He's
I
everywhere.
just try to hang out with all the cool kids. You know how it is.
In Belgium, when you meet somebody for the 3rd time, you actually buy them a beer. Just saying.
Really?
Oh, there you go.
After the 3rd
Yep.
time, I was not aware of that. Something
Yep,
new
if you
about my
run into
heritage.
somebody, yeah, something. If you run into somebody 3 times in a few days, then you buy them a beer. So something new to learn.
Only Coors Light, though.
Well,
Yeah, that's not beer.
well, You know what? We could get this out of the way. While we're waiting, I wanted to just basically talk about the KSO Cables very, very quickly. There has been a lot of talk in the chat, and if you're new to the channel, I make this new cable that no one has made yet, and it's awesome, right? But long story short, it's a little confusing, right? So you see this cable right here? It's basically an extension cable, right? Everyone thinks it's actually a female because it's an extension cable, but it's actually a male end. So just food for thought, the extension cable that I make for the KS0 is a male end. It goes by the pins. It doesn't go by the connector itself. Yes, it's a female because you're plugging something into it, but it's actually considered a male connector. Food for thought. And then basically, the normal connector is the 6 pins or whatever the case may be that you're using that goes to the server. That's actually considered a female connector. So, just to clear things up, that's all. Talking about cables, right? Not shilling the product, but they're on the website available. Anyway, so now that we have Alex on, here we go.
Is he?
Welcome, Alex.
There you go.
From Flux.
Oh, hey there, guys.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Alex?
Good early morning.
good morning.
Thank
Oh,
you.
is it
I took a
morning
nap
time there?
earlier.
Alex, I'm gonna slap you. You should not be up.
What? I took a
What, it
nap
must be
earlier.
like,
It's all
what,
good.
2 a.m. there?
Took
3
a-
a.m.?
3 a.m.
almost
3:30.
Now it's 3:44
Uh,
now.
3:30. Yeah, 3:44 now. Yeah, almost 4 a.m.
2:44. 2:44.
Man,
Not
Oh,
bad.
it is
is working
2:44.
you way too
2:44.
hard.
Jesus. So I guess,
And-
Alex, do you want to share the screen, or do you just want to
you
have
share
Jeff
screen,
Key?
Alex.
Alex, yeah, share the screen.
You're good. What screen?
I don't know. This
The
Flux stuff,
software.
you know, software. So I guess I should explain it, right? So just in case they have questions in the chat, maybe you can go through it as you explain it, or have Davey like go through it. It'd probably be easier if you just share your screen and pull it up. Can you do that?
I don't have it on this machine, so it's a no-go for me.
Okay.
Wait, I'm looking at another machine.
Okay.
Here. I can... Yeah.
No, it's fine. I'll
yeah.
I'll go through it. It's fine. One of the questions that Geek of all trades, of all people, had to ask, what is Flux Edge? Any
What is Flux
Edge?
Edge?
Yeah, any takers?
Uh,
Not you, Alex.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Max, King, any takers? Any idea?
Oh, I'm waiting to hear the answer.
Yeah,
I
I'm enjoying.
don't.
I'm enjoying the commentary. So I'm just here. I'm just sitting here.
All right, Alex, take it away.
All right. Flux Edge, maybe more known as Flux POUW, is actually Edge as a service. Edge as a service is something that's more meaningful to businesses, and that's why we called it Flux Edge.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing as Flux proof of use work. It's just more compelling to businesses.
What's the compelling
got it.
aspect to businesses? It's just wording.
Well, so think about it. If you go to a business or people come to your booth,
Yeah.
and you're at a regular IT conference, there's a good chance they've never heard of proof of work or even proof of stake or anything like that. Let
Okay.
alone that they know what the difference is between Bitcoin and Ethereum. You'll be lucky sometimes if they know what Bitcoin is, and that's about as far as the knowledge goes.
Okay.
Having to explain to them first what proof of use work is before you can even go into what the offering actually is, you basically lose attention.
lost 'em.
So
Yeah.
you have 5 minutes, right? You have 5 minutes at the booth, so you have to
If that.
catch
Yeah.
if that, right? So you have to catch them, and we literally had one person once when we were explaining, and he just wanted a t-shirt, and then he just started walking away, and we're like, okay, I guess he's not interested. So we talked about it at length, me and Alex, and we said, look, we need to make it appealing to regular IT folks, and basically what we're doing is edge compute. So that's why we came up with Flux Edge. So it makes way
That's
more
smart.
sense for IT folks out
Yep.
there, and we bridge again that gap between blockchain and regular IT.
Well, the other part of
That's
that,
great.
in my opinion, is the fact that you didn't even talk about this, but if you ever bring up the word blockchain, or especially if you bring up the word crypto, you've lost
Oh, yeah.
50% of the people.
You can
Lost
say
50% of your
blockchain.
potential market.
Yeah, you can say blockchain. That's still okay, but crypto is bad. Crypto bad.
Yeah.
Say crypto at a regular conference.
Blockchain is getting
I
a
don't
little
know
bit
what the-
more momentum now, right? But as soon as you intertwine, like say blockchain and then say crypto afterwards, and it's like, oh, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
What do you
so
mean?
We have
Crypto.
to. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to be a bit careful on how we present this, and we want to go after enterprises. This is literally what we have to do. So
Mhm.
Okay.
I see somebody saying old dogs don't like new tricks. You're absolutely right, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's the same thing. So even if it's somebody who understands it and agrees with what we're doing, that person now has to sell it internally to his company, and now he runs into that issue. So if he can say, "Hey, we're going to use Flux Edge," they're doing edge computing with decentralized GPUs. Completely different story than say Flux POUW. It's a crypto coin, and they use GPUs for computing. He's done. He won't even be taken serious. So you have to bring over. You have to bring it over basically in layman's terms that folks understand. So especially for the geeks of all trades out there, they don't understand what proof of use of work is. So you have to make it a bit easy for them to understand.
Yeah, I know.
He's the only one who asked what Flux Edge was, right? So he clearly didn't understand.
That's great.
Wow, he's
sorry.
thinking he's a plant by asking that, and instead he's heckled.
He knows. He knows.
He's
We've
in
got-
the
we
chat.
got,
It's very funny.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All the
Hereby
love to,
Service
Geek of all trades.
actually said, Veteran Miner, are you going to be doing the 6+2 pin female to do male 8-pin flux splitter bundle? The cables that I made for the Flux servers are singles, so they're 8-pin to 8-pin. I don't think I'm actually going to do them as splitters, but I did not ever put them on the website because we were waiting for them to basically, for the customers to get them from Octominer. So if you're interested in a certain type of cables, you could DM me through Discord, and we can discuss what you're looking for and stuff like that. So I'm going to be putting everything up on the website, but right now I've been a little tied up with the current orders with the KS0 and Pro drive to get these cables. So yeah, just DM me and see what you're looking for, and then we should be able to make something happen. And I do have Flux branding and everything else because I do work with Jeff Key and Dan, so that's not a problem. But go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to answer that question.
Oh no. It's your stream, man.
No, it's you guys. You guys are gonna run it tonight. It's gonna be fantastic.
I think a lot of folks saw this yesterday already, right? I know Mining King. We had it up on your stream yesterday as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Is there anything
I
that the
think-
folks want to see, or any questions that you guys want to see answered before? Because again, tomorrow night, midnight, Eastern time.
I know I asked this question privately, but I didn't do it like on a stream, so I guess we'll get this out of the way. Do people need to enable all the virtualizations for like Intel, like VT, -D and IO, MMU, and all that stuff in their motherboard settings? Is that something that they're going to have to do before doing any of the installation?
Yes. Only those two pieces though, VTDX and VTD for Intel, and I think it's AMDV and AMDVI for AMD, obviously.
And
So
can you
not
explain a little bit into
IOMMU?
that for the people that have no idea what you're saying? Like,
CPU virtualization and hardware virtualization. That's about it.
Right.
As simple as that.
No, I'm just
So-
saying I know what
Yeah.
it is, but I'm just saying, like, just in case you have someone that's new, they have no idea. Basically, that could sound like gibberish. So
I love how Alex always is able to just talk about these acronyms. I have no idea what he just said. I go into the BIOS and I'm like, that looks like virtualization. It mentions virtualization. Okay, so I have to enable
Yeah,
that. So,
exactly.
so I'll be very honest. I know what everybody else is thinking. So I think, Alex, that's in our documentation, right? That's being released.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
I think we shared it with a few here already. Probably we'll have it out tomorrow evening. No.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
tomorrow
that,
evening.
and why is that important? Because people are probably going to ask, like, why do we have to enable that? Because of the backend solution that we have for the actual useful work, right? To be able to do the jobs that we'll be sending to your machines. Basically, it will be running Kubernetes in the backend to push pods to your machine that will run certain things. So no Docker per se. It can still be running Dockers, don't get me wrong. You can run Docker on Kubernetes. And Alex will correct me at any given time if I'm wrong. He loves correcting me. But we're going to have it more secure than a straight up Docker solution. So we'll be running Kubernetes first. And that needs the virtualization to be able to work. So that's a little different than regular mining. But I think it's the same if you would use Vast or any of the other type of providers out there. I think they all make you do that.
So you're gonna have like a little sheet stating of like certain things to kind of check off the list to get this working when you launch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be a manual for you guys literally to follow. So it's really not that hard.
Right.
I know Mining King has his hands on the software now because
He's looking a little distracted.
I don't have anything.
Oh, is he the one that was one of the needy ones you were talking about?
Yeah.
Well, where's mine? I want mine now. That's it. Send me a DM.
Are you
That's
not in
it.
that one chat?
I probably am. What, did you send it in the chat to pick up? I've been really busy lately.
Those guys didn't pick up on the clue, but I did.
Shit. I missed it?
It was a hidden gift. I didn't give it directly. It was a hidden gift.
Well.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I
I
saw
didn't pick up on
I need
it.
direct. I need direct so I can make it happen. Oh,
Which,
man.
by the way, Jeff, I'm going to ping you right now. I need a support ticket. I think I broke it already.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
God.
5
Oh
minutes
yeah.
in.
Upon release, just ping
Oh.
Jeff Key if you need anything.
No.
Upon release, ping Jeff Key.
You can ping me for all you care.
Alex is going to be sleeping.
There's a good chance I might not be answering you at any given time. So tomorrow we'll do a small AMA before the thing, and I'll go through it. I'll probably set it up for you guys so that you can kind of follow along, and I'm sure you guys probably will make some videos as well on installing it. So it's really not that hard. There's a couple gotchas because of the software, the backend software that's being used. So and
Right.
the virtualization that needs to be enabled. But other than that, it's on Windows. If you're using Windows 10 Pro, was it 22H2, the latest patch, and otherwise Windows 11 and up. Make sure you're also patched up on those. Should be good. And then if you want to use Linux, Ubuntu 20 or Ubuntu 22 should be fine. Server or desktop version, both be fine. And then off you go. And each will have, the Windows will have an executable you run. There will be some gotchas with Windows Defender because it's not an official software yet recognized by Microsoft, so it'll flag it. That's in the manual already, so you guys can simply follow that. And on Ubuntu, it's a one-line command, kind of like a Flux Node thing, where you run it once and then you're good to go. So
Great. I was about to ask about, Linux, and you answered that. Perfect. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. And right now, this is all the just testing, right?
Trying to find it.
We need to be clear.
So it's public testing.
Public testing.
We want to include everybody in the community to help us out. Right? We have a limited amount of machines. Like I can ask Alex. He knows how much machine power that I bought in the last couple of months for all the testing. My kids are really happy at this point. I can tell you that. They all have a nice machine now. But there's a limitation to how much we can procure, right? So and everybody has a different setup, different environments. So we appreciate everybody who will jump in and help us test. We're also in a situation of the chicken and the egg, right? So if I go to consumers and we have a lineup already, well, they need compute power, and I can't bring them online until I have compute power, and I can't really give you guys anything useful until I have consumers. So I figured let's bring it online, let's have people test it out, and we go from there.
Okay.
So yeah, there will be, you might run into an issue, you might run into a gotcha here and there. The guys are ready, the support team is ready. Anything that you learn from it, you'll see updates come through. On the bottom left of the software, which is just a website, by the way, you'll see here that there's an update available, so you can easily update it at any given time if need be. And it's pretty straightforward. I don't know what King did already to break it, so I'm kind of curious now.
I guess basically, just to reiterate, just to be clear, this is testing, okay? So there is so many different types of variables that the Flux team needs to work out that they're going to see with all of us helping out for the testing. So be clear that when I put something online at my home, that's a different variable that when Max Voltage does a test with Mining King and so forth. Everyone has a different situation always. It doesn't matter. You can't have the same thing. It's never going to be the same thing. So this is going to be great testing. And the more people that can support this, that we can test, the faster we can actually, you know, Flux will make money. We can make money, man. Let you know, we have to work together to make this happen, guys. That's just want to put that out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I appreciate you saying that. It is really a case of, look, I want to have a solid solution for everybody, right? For you guys, but also for those who will be actually using for their research that they're going to be doing. And to be able to do that, we need to test it out. And we've done our due diligence. We've tested with pushing things to our machines and running like the CT scan that we did. That's all done, but it's different when we go into the real world. Just think about it, the Flux nodes themselves, right? 10,000 servers run just fine, and then there's always a few 100 that have issues. Either it's the router, or it's a UPnP issue, or it is something. So there's always something that can happen. So we want to just make sure that we're good to go for everybody. I don't think this will last long. This pure testing only, and then in a few weeks' time, I think just after the new year. Plus, we got CES coming. We might start doing some useful work and start pushing some of these things.
So, quick question here in the chat. CryptoFank said, do the Flux nodes change at all when these GPUs come online?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. That's important.
Yeah.
You don't, because that's a full live product. People are using that. Websites are running on that. Servers are running on it. Game servers are running on it. So we can't touch that at all. So that's not impacted whatsoever. Even if one of our servers goes down or one of our services has a hiccup, that does not impact the blockchain. That does not impact your mining. That does not impact the nodes themselves. So that's all clear of this.
Okay. Excellent. That was a great question, CryptoFrank.
That was a good question.
I might just have to hop off right now. I got another call going. So I'll see you around tomorrow for the live stream, and we also holding a Twitter space, I believe, in the afternoon.
Yes.
All right, take care, Alex.
Alex,
Thank
I
you for
appreciate you
having
coming
me.
on. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay. You're all alone, Jeff Key.
All right. I'm just by myself again.
That's
all
it.
I'm gonna move my laptop up for a sec. Getting a little warm on my lap.
So curious though about the Flux nodes though, because I see that symbol there. Are you going to be able to start up and run your own Flux nodes from the Flux core here?
Yeah. So once we got it all stabilized and we're good to go, we'll basically start the module. It's going to be a module. All of the things you see on the screen. So all of these pieces here, they're all modular. So you can see the module is not available in my services. That's all modular. Even a mining piece is something you need to install separately. It's a module. So you don't have to, if you don't want to do mining via this, you can basically completely ignore it. It's just a module you choose to install. And so that'll be a module as well for Flux Nodes. So you'll be able to deploy a Flux node on these rigs. The reason I wanted that in there is, one, we're full circle, and two, a lot of the hardware that I see you guys all play with is even Stratus level sometimes type of hardware, right? Doesn't mean you guys are going to be able to run Stratus servers, because you need to keep in mind the memory needs to be made available for the AI work and rendering and such. But if you have excess compute power that you could run a node, why not? So the backend is running Kubernetes, so we can deploy a node on there if we want to, and then we go from there. To me, it makes sense. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, it definitely does. It'd be cool to be able to deploy a node on the same hardware you're using proof of useful work on.
Yep, that's the idea.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have we've done it once now, so we had a proof of concept done, but we're gonna have to play with it a little bit further. But that's definitely the end goal for me. And if not, at least be able to manage your Flux nodes from within the software as well. So you have a one-stop thing where you don't have to go logging into to the nodes themselves, but you have the access right here, right then, and do your thing. So at least have the option as well, even if you're not installing, have the option to connect to your nodes.
So there's a lot going on into this. We just have to be a part of it so you guys can get out all the bugs and fix whatever needs to be fixed or add or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
So.
Well, there will be bugs, right?
Right, of course.
There's things that you test the happy path, as I call it, and then you test some variants that you can think of. But then there's always things that we didn't think of or we just don't know about, and then at that point, things will potentially have an issue, and then we'll tackle it. I got an entire dev team ready to rock and roll. Any other progress is set on hold until after the thing has been put live, and at that point we when we feel like it's stable and we can really keep going on it, and we'll continue the work on the development. But the guys are all ready to rock and roll tomorrow. So yeah,
I'm just curious. So on the network, do you think, like, let's just say you have a massive amount of, GPUs that are going online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of crashes in the beginning? Have you guys anticipated anything like that at all?
No, I don't think there will be any crashes. The servers that we put in place are pretty beefy.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fine.
Nice.
And otherwise,
It's hard to state
yeah,
what's unknown. I mean, we know something's going to happen, so the question is
right.
what.
Yeah,
maybe not full crashes, but yeah, things are going to happen, and you don't know. That's why the beta testing is done.
And what we can say to you guys, that you guys are going to participate. I mean, like the viewers and stuff like that. Just be patient. Patience is key,
I get it, right? Yeah, no, patience is definitely key, but at the same time, I want to be cognizant. Everybody who participates in that, I appreciate everybody testing it out, right?
Right.
And we know who you are if the moment you start it all up and such. So I definitely keep track of that as well. So thank you everybody who will be joining us, and definitely thanks to the guys who have already been participating, because we have a pilot group of about 20 people who've been helping us out already. And they have made suggestions and ran into issues, or we had one person installing it on Hive OS and ran into issues straight away. First thing he did, straight away went to Hive OS and started installing it on his mining rig. I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I wanted to try. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Pay attention. PCI bandwidth matters.
Yeah, well, I get it. I would be very happy if it would work straight away out of the box on Hive as well. I didn't even want to try personally myself. I have rigs here that I could have tried on, but I just didn't put the time and effort in. I want to make it as easy as it is now, to as it is already. So there's a lot of gotchas into this. There's a lot of software in the back end into it, and the coding, and we're using all the latest and greatest Flutter, Golang. What else? We're using Kubernetes, Archie2, Rancher. There's so much stuff that we're using, and the biggest piece as well is that we took a bit of our time to go through all of the iterations. This is not our first iteration. We had a couple brainstorm sessions where we did the same thing. We even ventured into somewhat of a similar path as what Dynex has done now. So congrats on those guys for the things they did. But I had too many negative pieces to it. The pros didn't outweigh the cons for me, and so I didn't want to venture into that. If you want to know what my biggest point was for that, was the fact that it can affect your blockchain if something goes wrong in the useful piece. So that was my biggest concern, that I didn't want to risk the blockchain. And we have a cloud solution already running on it. All the massive nodes are already running on it. That would affect 12,000 people out of the box if all of a sudden our chain stops. Can you imagine the mayhem? I don't want to. That's not project mayhem that we have intent in the back of our mind. So that's why we opted for the solution we have now. So everybody can join whatever coin they're mining, and if they're not mining, they can still join. The other piece to it is that we had it earlier in the conversation as well with enterprises. If I go to an enterprise company now, there is no way they will install this if it has to connect to a blockchain. It's not happening. So you have to basically think about all the options here and all the gotchas. So
are there any like HIPAA problems that you guys may face to try to get that type of clientele in reference to what we have, what we're doing?
Yep, that's the other piece to it.
Okay.
So if you do a global network, and you're not able to geolocate everything, you can't be HIPAA compliant at all. There's no way.
Right.
There is no way you can be HIPAA compliant. There's no way you can venture into the medical world unless they fully anonymize all the data at every step. But that's you can't guarantee it as a provider at that point.
Right.
So with the solution that we have now, because we're using ArcE2 and some other compliance software in the back end, we can actually be compliant for HIPAA, and we can be compliant for GPDR and all the fun stuff there. So
that's really good, because I had that question in my mind for like ever since you guys started, and I don't think I ever asked you, because I used to be in the medical field and I understand about like HIPAA and everything else.
Same thing.
So yeah, another one of my jobs that I've had. But anyway, we won't get into that. But anyway, yeah, so like,
well,
it's just like,
my
I was like, wow,
background
how are you
too.
guys gonna do that? Right. I was like, how are they gonna do that when, and then basically you have the answer right there. So that's pretty cool to know that, because that opens up a large amount of potential customers. So
that opens up the
Yeah.
customers who need it the most at the moment.
right.
And no offense, Max, the weather forecasters, they have things that they already can use. But for medical research, there's such a need for it. Like I said, I was in Chicago the other week. Unfortunately, didn't meet up with Max. We'll have a rain check on that one. I promised a mistake, so I'll get a mistake next time. But the medical field is craving for compute power. Like, they need it. They're literally fighting for it. So we're trying to help where we can.
Right.
And to be able to do that, you have to be HIPAA compliant.
King has a question. Okay.
But they're not called pools, they're called companies, right? Or something like that, what we're going to do, right? For like,
Yeah, we call it companies.
yeah. Is there going to be anything for people doing the companies to communicate back and forth, like IPsec tunnels or like WireGuard tunnels or anything like that?
Yep, there's actually IPsec is a part of the solution as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we have a question from CryptoFank, and I like this question. How will proof of use of work help in the medical field? Can you give an example, Jeff K?
Absolutely. I can't disclose who I talked to and who I've lined up at this point. But a good example, CryptoFank, is, for instance, a lot of hospitals have a lot of imaging data, like a ton, like we're talking petabytes. And their biggest issue at the moment is that they don't always have the know-how on how to set it up. And often enough, and I don't know, Dave, how your experience was with IT in the medical field, but the IT folks don't always want to mess around too much with what the radiologists need. That's kind of like, we want to make sure the hospital is up and running.
Right.
We don't want to do anything else. So the folks that I'm working with and that are probably going to be one of our first adapters, which is when it gets released, it'll be huge. But their struggle is, how can we get IT folks to use the software that we need them to use so that they can run AI models and provide us with some real data, like millions of CTs of a chest, or millions of X-rays of a chest. That's what we'll be able to provide us. We'll literally be able to provide this software that's on the screen, actually, get it into the hands of those folks, and they can simply install it. And at that point, they can connect with each other and start utilizing it. And like Mining King says, become a company that on their own, become their own cluster within the cluster. That's going to be a big plus. And the other big reason that we're using Kubernetes in the backend is it allows us to actually hook up with other providers who do Kubernetes GPU compute, and we can actually, on top of that, so you'll have us, and then you guys as companies within, and then separate clusters, but we'll actually be able to connect our main cluster with other clusters out there that provide similar compute power.
So I have a quick question to touch on what you just finished explaining. What redundancies do you guys have in place on your back end to make sure that the customer can actually won't lose anything? So let's just say they're doing a transfer, for instance, a transfer that point A to point B, but something went down. How do you guys have that in place that they don't lose that transfer? Or, because, CT scans or X-rays or something like that. How do you have that work?
There's a couple things, right?
Right.
Yeah, so the couple things before you even upload anything into the cloud, even if it's geolocated into the US or in Canada or wherever you are in the world.
Right.
There has to be something first done. It's called an anonymization first, where you take off the names and all that fun stuff. At that point, you can start uploading it, and we'll be announcing another partnership in the next few weeks. I've been busy to basically tackle all the storage options. And if somebody has been paying attention, at one point it was actually on my little screen next to me. So that's one of the things that we'll be working on. So we'll basically, you upload it to an S3 type of provider. At that point, it becomes it goes into a cloud solution. And at that point, it's also it's backed up, it's sharded, it's all available in the cloud, and then you can push it to or you can pull the data at that point and start doing recognition, and like the examples I had with the kidney, good kidney, bad kidney.
Right.
That's literally me pulling that type of data from the cloud into my computer, and then start running it, and then pushing the results back.
Okay.
So I meant, what stream was that in? You said it was on the screen next to you. What stream was that in? About what was the timestamp?
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
I know some of you have seen it, because I have received questions regarding it, but there's some people that did notice it.
Is Mining King one of those people?
I'm sure.
No.
No?
Oh.
No, he didn't.
You missed it, King?
But Mining King was
I'm the
right
last
yesterday.
one to know everything.
Well, Mining King was it you, Mining King, who said it yesterday, that I like to leave small trinkets of pieces of information left and right, or I say certain things
Yeah.
well before it's announced? That was one of those.
That's funny.
So, yeah. King wasn't paying
Detroit
attention.
Irish says it's Chia.
No, but it's a good guess, though. I did meet up with Chia. I met Chia at the SE23, so there might be some work we can do with them, but it's not Chia. Good guess, though.
So what is it then? You had it on the screen. You're not going to tell us? Leak it out, Jeff Key. Let's go.
No.
I never
don't
asked for
leak
anything.
like,
I just
Dan
want
does.
this right now.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not needy.
You all do.
I know.
You
I'm
all
not that
do.
bad though. I'm better than the rest. And a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so what do
No,
we got?
I'm not gonna leak anything like that.
I tried. I tried. Get a little something. Little idea.
No, we're making good progress on
Okay.
the partnership. But these things, a partnership is not like, hey, I'm going to use your service, let's go, and then announce it. I'm not in that business. If I want to do a partnership or a collaboration, it's something where both parties have benefits from it, right? Otherwise, it's just straight up, we're going to be using these guys' their service. And if that's how it ends up being, then so be it, and we'll just announce it that way. I don't like announcing partnerships if it's not really a back and forth. I'm sorry if my monitor is, or my screen is moving here because I got a cat being a little e-hole. There he is. Hi, Betchy. How you doing, bud? All right.
Like, leave me alone. Let me do my thing.
But so
Yeah,
yes,
gaming with Smokey Dan said, right? It has to be a give and take, and that's exactly
Yeah.
it. And even if it starts off as just us taking, but there's plans to at one point giving, then so be it. That's still for me a partnership, because you can't have everything straight out of the gate. But it
Right.
has to be there has to be something in for it. He's
Yeah, of
not
course.
mining Meow Coin, but he does have Meow Coin for real. I think he has about 500,000 of Meow Coin or something.
there's
Yeah,
gonna
fine,
be
thanks. I have to
so I
do
just wanted to say, like, just out there a little bit later, there's gonna be a big announcement on a really, really big giveaway that GPURisers and I are gonna be doing for next week or the week after. So you guys can just stay tuned. So after, like, you know, we have all the information from Jeff Key and everything else, I'm gonna start announcing that information. But you know, we're getting some really good things with proof of use of work right now with Jeff Key, and of course, there's gonna be a live. You guys are having a live tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be doing a live before the go live. Basically, we'll celebrate the go live.
Right.
Good or bad, it is what it is. I feel we're ready. There's going to be gotchas to it. I know for sure. There will be
Okay.
people having hiccups. There will be people having issues, and there will be people who will just fly through it and be mining before you know it.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Right.
But yeah, we want to do stream before. I think we might do a couple giveaways as well. I think I have one special thing in mind as well. So something that might be interesting for some folks. But yeah, I have to vet that still with the rest of the team. They don't even know what my idea is. So, but yeah, it's something cool.
Nice. It's exciting.
Any questions from the chat?
The
or-
panel,
or-
the panel of the chat. Any questions?
No, just looking forward to getting my hands on it.
Yeah, me
Are
too.
you available after the stream?
No,
I'm not that well at the moment. I'm happy I haven't been starting coughing yet, but I'll answer any questions after the stream. Absolutely.
Oh, I knew that was coming from King. Retro Mike with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Retro Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining our wonderful chat here about Flux proof of use or work. It's gonna be it's a long time coming, right? How long have we been talking about this, Jeff King?
Long time.
The entire year, we've been in development, and we started the year before. I think officially kickoff was March, I believe,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, it's been a little
No,
long.
a little long, a little later than that. I think more like the summer of 2021, where me and Alex really sat down and really went through a couple brainstorm sessions and where we wanted to go. And then all the proof of concepts that we had to go through, all the testing and prodding and see what it, because you might have a good idea, it might not be feasible, or there might be limitations or technical limitations, and
Right.
yeah.
So actually, I
So
do
one
have a
question.
now
Oh.
about the mining stuff you got going on right there, right? You have your power consumption and your profit and all this daily revenue stuff. Do you have to manually enter that, or are you guys pulling that data?
We're pulling that data.
So it would all you would have to do is manually enter in your electricity rate, right?
That's the only thing I don't know for you. So we know the hash, we know what the miner is doing in the back end. So that's all taken care of for you. The only thing that we don't know is your cost.
That's kind of cool because that way you could actually see exactly what you're making, right?
What you're doing.
I like
It's
this,
still an
you know,
estimate, right?
that
It's always
Well,
an
yeah,
estimate.
it doesn't take
an
luck
hour.
into account. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take luck
That's
into
really cool.
account. It doesn't take into account the shares you actually give to the pool, right?
That's
so
really
the
cool.
pool hash and your local hash, in theory, they're the same, but we all know that's not always the case, right?
Right.
So, it'll fluctuate, but at least, and I've been monitoring for the last week. So I've been mining Neoxa. Don't ask me why, but it's been doing really well.
Why?
And well, of course you're gonna ask why. I think it's a cool project. I love the idea of it. I think for folks in Gen Zs and such, it really appeals to them, right? Gaming and making some money on the side. Let's be honest, that's what every gamer wants to do. So, and these guys make that happen. So, and I want to also show support to our Flux Labs partner. So yeah, been mining Neoxa and Meow Coin. So I bought Meow Coin for the kitties out here.
Gotta buy
But
the
they're
coin
not
for the kitties.
what was it? Meowlionaire. They're not a millionaire yet.
Not yet.
I did see a question from Little Nikki. I work for a software company where we spend over $150,000 in Google Cloud services. I hope that's not per month, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's per month. Could Flux services be an alternative option? Depending on the use case. Yes, for real. Depending on the use case. If it's purely for AI compute power, we might be an alternative.
It depends how much they're using, but that could probably be for a year. I don't think that's monthly. It can
I'd be
be.
surprised.
It could be monthly, but I mean, it all depends how much
could be
compute power.
monthly.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do they
You'd
need?
be surprised.
You know? Yeah. Croupman Tech and Mining asked me, but maybe you have this answer. Will Flux be at CES 2024? I thought I saw something about it in the app.
Yep. We'll be at CS 2024. We'll be in Vegas. We'll have a booth there and everything. It's not just us, some of us going there and walk around. No,
Who's
we'll actually
going?
have a booth there, and we'll be myself, Alex, Dan will be there as well. So if you want to meet up with Dan, he'll be there. Jeremy, Caroline, and Scott. And then there will be maybe one or two more folks as well that will come.
You're saying, can I meet up with you guys and maybe do some content on it? I'll be there as media. Croupman Tech and Mining. I want to go. We should all go. It sounds fun.
If you're there, I'm more than willing to have a chat. Absolutely.
Let's have a chat, Jeff Key. Sounds exciting. King, you want to go to?
If you can, I don't know if
CES?
you can get in as a media partner. I don't.
Shit.
It is pretty massive.
It's
I looked
huge.
At the floor plan, it is big. It is
So,
so big.
I got invited. Okay, so here's another one of my jobs. When I was in AudioVox, in the engineering department, I got invited for like Kicker because it's all audio stuff, and I got invited for Kicker to go to CES, but I never was able to make it, so I missed it. Always wanted to go to CES. CES is huge. It's massive.
But Recruitment says apparently it's not that hard to get in as a media partner. So, and I kind of see that happening as well, right?
Yeah.
Any event would love to get exposure, right? So, the more folks that are doing YouTube and social media stuff, I'm sure they'll love it. So yeah.
It's only 4 hours for me, so yeah.
Oh, it's that close
Well,
to you, huh? Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right, it's in
Yeah,
Vegas, right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so maybe it's only like 3 hours to me on a plane. You're talking about driving though, King, right?
Yeah, I'd drive.
Oh, forget about it. That's good to go.
even I have a direct flight from where I am, so I
Yeah.
guess Vegas is popular to go to.
When is this? Is in January though.
Krugman,
January what?
7.
January 9 to the 12th.
Oh, that's pretty close. That's around the corner. Oh, forget about. I wonder how much a
Yep.
ticket would cost to get over there. That's like kind of last minute if you really think about it right now.
I mean,
Right?
you're gonna want to buy. You're gonna want to buy it like right now.
9 through the 12th.
Oh, you got time.
I don't know.
I'll have
Maybe,
to-
Here's
I'll
the
have to
tip
see if
though.
Jared
Open
wants
up
to
your
send me to
browser.
CES.
Yeah. So open up your browser in incognito, do it on a Tuesday, and then start checking. That's the best way to get a cheap. That's the cheapest way to get a ticket
Okay.
For a plane. You didn't know, because if you do it again and again and again, the price of your tickets will only go up. They're sneaky like that. And Max is muted.
Max, what'd you say, Max?
Sorry, I said
missed you.
yes, it will go up, and Amazon used to do that as well, where they, if you kept going back and looking at the same item, the whatever discounts you had before would be gone. I don't know if they still do that, but I definitely have seen that where somebody said, "Hey, we got this for this price," and you go into it, I don't see it. So yeah, they're sneaky like that.
Yeah, CES is big, right? I've never
Yeah.
been to CES personally, but I've heard the stories, and I can only say from the conferences that we've done, it's probably going to be the biggest one that we've attended, with a booth at least. And yeah, basically all the guys are going to be there, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I will probably do. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
We'll probably stream from it. We'll probably stream from there as well and do our thing. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, it's
I know that I would actually do a lot of content over there if I do go. Okay, you thinking about going?
and
Depends. I don't know.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
it free to get in though? You can get in for free, right?
I don't think so.
Isn't the regular event just free or no?
Maybe outside.
oh no,
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Guys pay
that
for
would be a
outside,
first
dude.
conference for me.
People pay just to put their
Me-
cars on the outside of CES. It's cheaper, and it's expensive as shit too. So,
Media is free apparently, so that's pretty cool.
huh? Who gets what?
Media seems to be free, so
Media's free.
I know for sure. For us, it's not free.
Well, yeah.
So we
Yeah.
Well, you have a
we to
booth.
pay for it.
You're paying for the booth.
Oh, it's not just a booth, and the piece of floor that you get, it's everything, right? You want internet, you pay. You want electricity, you pay.
Oh,
you want
jeez.
it delivered to your piece of marked off terrain, you pay.
Wow.
It adds up. It really adds up. So yeah, we've learned. We've already learned. So we're veterans now.
Crewman Tech in mining is saying there's about 400-ish a ticket to get in.
350.
You checking right now, Max?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. December 6th through January 12th, an Exhibits Plus pass is 350, and that's an industry attendee only.
what the hell does that mean?
Oh, Fruit's saying media is free though, so
Yeah, but I think you need
Well,
like
yeah.
50K subs at minimum. I think he mentioned something like that on the top.
I'll just tell him I'm max voltage.
I'll just say I'm Red Panda Mining. What do they know?
Yeah, how are they gonna know,
How are
right?
they gonna know? I just won't put this
Exactly.
shirt
Well,
on. That's all.
I think maybe if one of you
Imagine.
can qualify, you can all be his cameraman and sound man and technical man and
Yeah,
There you go.
imagine that.
The
We'll,
crew,
we'll
right?
work together. Like we are the media crew. Like hello.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make it happen. Oh man.
But personally, I'm looking forward as well, learning from the experience from the other conferences. The amount of networking that I've been able to do at these other conferences, that's what really is my appeal to SC23. Is like, I'm really curious who I'm going to be able to meet up with, conversation I'm going to be able to strike up, and then anything that I can do for Flux in the long term. So it's been very fruitful for us in the other conferences. So yeah, I'm looking really forward to that.
Well, it's cool. You know, I went to Mining Disrupt with you guys. Basically, you know, I was able to do the cables there. That was really freaking cool. Then you guys had your main...
Cool, nerve wracking.
Oh my god, yeah, that was you know, taking apart your only computer that you're gonna show everything on wasn't Well, now you know I know what I'm doing, right, Jeff Key?
Well, I trusted you, but Dan's face, oh my
I saw
god, he
it.
was like, "What is he doing?" Like,
Ripping the whole
don't worry about
computer
it,
out.
guys.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna take this end off and I'm gonna reuse it. You'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Don't
pulled me
worry
aside.
about it. I got it.
Yeah, good to
He
go.
pulled me aside. He's like, "Is he messing with the power supply?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I got a backup cable. We're good. We're good." I didn't have a backup cable.
No. One cable will go on fire. That's basically what it amounts to. So.
Look, my son, who has that machine
Yeah.
now, is absolutely in love with that thing. He loves the blue in his white case. So he's raving over it. So it was funny too, because we was it Mining Disrupt or was it the conference after? We did another one, right? We had Mining Disrupt and
You guys went somewhere else. Didn't you do New York or something beforehand? After that? You did a couple, I
Missouri?
think.
Missouri was there, yeah. I don't know which one it was, but we had actually people taking selfies in front of it for some reason. There was a Mining
Nice.
Disrupt. Okay,
Nice.
sorry.
It's
The
good
missus
looking.
is correcting me here. It is a good looking case.
You got some good looking
really love
case
it.
and good looking cables. You know a guy, I guess.
I know a guy who knows a guy. Right? Yeah, those cables are really good, and yeah, I've been running AI on that machine too for not last week, but a month straight on, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
So those cables, they're just rocking. So it's all good.
Certified by the vet. I should get a shirt saying that. That
Yep.
sounds good. Certified by the vet. What do you think, King? What do you think, Max Voltage? Sounds good? Certified by the vet?
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
New merch coming out, guys. Buy it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so oh man. I'm really thinking about this CES because I lost the opportunity one time to go, so I don't know. I gotta
If
see
you
if I-
have the option to go, I would recommend it. If even just the experience itself, I think that's what I'm looking for as well. Is just the experience. It's so big. All the new technology is there, right? So anything. Hey, Dan keeps talking about it, and I have the same feeling. I went back. I think about it 20 years ago. I went to a big conference in Brussels, and there's where normally the car show is in Brussels, which is the largest in the world. All those halls were full of technology. That's the first time I saw a LED TV or LCD TV. Being amazed by how thin that TV was. You have to understand, back then the TV was, I can't even show it on the screen, was massive. And yeah, they weighed a ton of things. So at this point, or games that came out, new games, and we didn't have the option to watch YouTube. And I sound old now. But we didn't have the option to watch YouTube and watch the newest games coming out. So this is where we saw them or played them at the first time.
Hey, Crypto Frank's got a great idea there for you, veteran.
Oh, making the lighted cables, right?
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? So I have a prototype for cables. Here we go. So I have like a single LED that I put inside the sleeving that lights up the sleeving just to know that when you plug it in, you know that it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I never did anything with it, but I have it made and stuff like that. I may just do it for fun fact. Like I have some pictures, like giving it to like certain like content creators and friends and stuff like that into space. You know, but
Fair reminder. I'm bringing my fractal in my little Jade computer with me anyway. So if you want, I'll let you play with the cables again, and you can do your thing.
the little fractal. Okay, just DM me. Tell me like the power supply and everything else. You know how it goes.
I'll provide you all the things.
Yeah, you provide me the info and I'm there for you. You know that. So yeah, I mean, I did that. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to be interested in it, you know, because I needed to make sure that you're able to move it around and not, you know, mess up the end, right? Because it was in the glued heat shrink. I don't know, man. I have so many ideas, but you got to see what's practical and what people are looking for too, you know. You mentioned fractal. I'm not saying that I might be working with them. So that would be huge for me personally. So
That's a big one.
I'm trying to work on something, a proposal, just a little something, and time will tell. But I can't make any promises. But yeah, that's where we're at
That'd be
with
sick,
Fractal.
man. Fractal's a really good company.
Yeah, they email me back, and I still, you know, it's pretty cool if I can make it happen. We'll never know, and if not now, maybe later on, you know. we're moving in the right direction. You know, I'm not going anywhere. You guys know that. So we're moving in the right direction, and as everything changes, we can progress and do more things for the community and cables. That's the whole main goal. Because I love this stuff. Deep down in my heart, I love electronics. That's my thing. It always has been. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Something else on the screen.
What do we got there?
Watch
Oh, it's showing everything he's mined. I see that.
All those things you
it's a
mine?
mining overview. Yep. So you can actually have a history of what you've been doing in the last.
So you got some
periods,
Flux.
basically.
You got some Raven.
Yeah.
You got a little
All the way back to a
Furo.
year.
Some Radiant.
Radiant.
Ironfish.
No Ironfish.
Oh, well, no
Zero.
Ironfish, but that's what I'm saying.
No
Zero.
Cass.
Oh, Sarah. That's an old one.
And Flux. Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
So you're in Ubuntu on those things down there? Is that what you're using? Is that the rigs? What is
So
that?
these were the machines that I've been
Right.
using, and the GPUs
Through
that
Linux,
were
though.
doing it
You're doing it through Linux.
through Linux.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I should have some Windows ones in there as well. I think so. Or maybe not. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's put it back to a month. Yeah. Oh, there's a Windows run right here. So basically, it gives you a bit of an idea the power you used during that period, what your average souls were. I don't know if it's important. I thought that would be handy personally to kind of go back and see, because you only really have is what your rewards are, right? This is how much I mined in total. But I thought from an auditing, if I ever get audited, I can basically say, look, this is the stuff I mined in this period. This was the average power consumption. So I can basically prove with the software, at least, or prove that this is literally what my machine was doing in that period. So, and this was the duration, and I thought that would be handy as well, especially when you're bringing people together and you're going to have people managing each other's machines. It would be kind of good to know to see as well what that machine has been doing. If you go on vacation, you can actually see, hey, we haven't been mining for the entire week. What happened? So at least you'll have something to go back to and follow up. There's more. There's a history and logins. What else is there? Yeah, a lot of stuff.
That's really, really cool.
So the auditing, you can audit yourself. You can download the CSV files.
You got to have like an infomercial salesperson voice. So we have logs, but wait, there's more.
But there's more. Yeah, I'm not in that business. Oh my God, I remember the TV. What was it? The shopping channel or something back in the day. I hated those things. But only today, it's for $4.99. But if you call right now, we will even throw this in, and then you get 2 extra pans or pots or whatever. Yeah, fun.
That's awesome.
All right.
I just yelled at the chat. Listen, we got like 7 thumbs up. We have over 50 people watching right now. Just hit it. That's it. Just gotta hit it. That's it.
Just tap it in.
Give it a tap.
Tap it in.
Look at Jesus. Oh boy, it helps. Yeah, I don't see it going up.
If you
Let's
click
go.
like, if you like right now, we'll toss in an extra frying pan.
Oh goodness. Tappy tap tap. All right.
All right.
Good stuff though.
I'm gonna tap out
Man.
actually.
Hey, send me the file,
I need
Jackie.
to
What are you
do the
doing?
rest.
I need that file.
I can show
Oh,
you
yeah.
where it is. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I found it.
Oh, you had to
See?
like search for it. I don't
Yeah.
listen.
Well, if Jeff keeps leaving, I need to leave too because he needs to help me.
Look at
Sounds
He's
good.
And you
All right.
and King, you need to help me, by the way.
I have some errors. No, it's,
Well,
Jeff could branded frying pan. Look, I'll toss in a brick. That's my thing. I'll
Nice.
toss in a brick.
So-
I will actually to SEC CES24. I keep saying SEC. Damn those guys. But I will bring in those stickers that I have on my case. Those glass frosted stickers. I will bring those. So if somebody comes to the booth and says we're here for Flux, and I'll make sure you get one of those stickers.
Nice. Well, you have to send me now information about this case, if I can get another one to emulate exactly what we need to do, because links are, you know, it's important to have the proper length, because when we do the individual
Oh, you're
sleeve
gonna
cables,
love this case, Dave. It's
Huh?
amazing.
It's an awesome case. I love the fractal Terra. It's a
is it-
beautiful thing.
is that the green one?
It's a very spacious
Jeff Key?
case that has lots of room to work in. It's
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
it's the green one.
Listen to this guy. I know exactly what he's talking about. This is how space for shit, but it could fit. You could fit a 4090 in that thing, couldn't you?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Only
you
the
can.
founders.
The founders
Yeah,
edition.
only the founders.
Right, but you could fit a 4090 in there.
Yeah, it's not really advised though, I don't think.
Founders
People were
edition.
like, yeah, we could fit a 5950X in there, and we could fit a 4090 in there and make this thing a real powerhouse. But you got to remember the 4090 is really thick, so you're gonna have a really short cooler on the other side. Yes, you can move it.
But the
Can
power
it be done?
supplies,
Yes.
they don't.
Should it be done? That's the real
I don't
question.
think they make those power supplies with that large volt. Do they?
Yeah, you can get like
They make
1000 watt
SFX power
SFX.
supplies.
SFX.
I've got an 850. Yeah, I got an 850 in
Okay.
there now. So.
I think they go up to 1,000 or 1,200 watts.
Yeah.
Really? It's just crazy. The fucking thing is like literally
And
this
you can
big.
get the
Like what the hell?
what's that ugly looking fan? The beige one with the brown. What are those
Oh
fans?
Noctua?
man, Noctua
Noctua.
fans.
The Noctuas.
They're
There is a
cool
really
looking.
thin one that really does an awesome job cooling your CPU. So if you put that in
Mhm.
there, you can fit a big
Good to
chunky,
go.
card in there as well.
We'll build it.
And
I'm
little
gonna need
Nicky
one of
was
those
actually
cases.
saying that 150K is a month.
Hmm.
That's one company.
It's crazy.
So.
It is a month.
Little
you
Nicky,
got
you
information.
reach out to
Oh.
me. Yeah, you reach out to me in Discord if you want to.
Yeah.
Send me a friend request, and I'll we'll talk. All right.
Good.
If there's nothing else, I'm gonna
Networking.
hop
Perfect.
off.
I need people to put the thumbs up. I'm still looking at the stream or whatever. So you guys need to make
Jeff,
this
you
Fine.
can't
If
leave
you like,
until we
right
get to
now,
at
we'll
least.
toss. Yeah, we'll toss in the frying pan and one of those knives that was always
And a
added to it
brick.
as well,
and a brick.
and a brick.
All three. You heard
Alright.
it first. All right.
All right.
Awesome. I appreciate it,
What
Jeff
else
Key.
to show?
Thank you so much. We'll get some more information, and then we're going to talk about basically Jeff Key is leaving for the night,
Yep.
and we're going to be talking about a little bit about the giveaway that GPURisers and myself.
See you, Jeff Key.
Jeff Key, I appreciate
See you
your
guys.
time once again.
Later. Have
We'll,
a good night,
we'll
Jeff.
talk.
Time.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Awesome. This is great. You see that? We always get a little extra out of him. See, he has to keep it going in every stream. We get a little bit more. That's what you guys have to watch us all, because we always get a little bits and pieces, a little bit more. It's always different, you know? But let's talk about this giveaway. Unfortunately, GPURisers Vistang is sick right now, so he couldn't join us. But, of course, we have the support of Mr. Max Voltage and the Mining King. So, Mr. Vistang will be missed. I hope he gets better soon. But he was supposed to talk about the giveaway. I'm just going to say a little bit about it. And then next week, we'll get a little bit more into it. So, he's giving away an R8. So, that's pretty freaking amazing. So, I think we're going to do something with
What?
a video. Yeah. So, he's giving away an R8. So, you must be subscribed to us and everything else. And then also, I'm probably going to do a video that we're going to do, or he may do a video with the R8. And I'm also giving away with the R8 at least 8 cables for the R8. So I'm going to make veteran miner cables for the R8. I'm going to make 8 of them. So they're going to be 6-pin to 8-pin. They're not going to be double and everything. I can make those, but that's for depending on the cards that you're going to be using, or, you know, whoever wins the R8, you'll have 16 gauge cables for the R8. So you know, just to, you have a backup, right? And of course, you'll probably use those. Then, you know, the 18 gauge cables. You know what I mean? It's just a peace of mind. That's all. That's what I'm here for when I make my cables. So, yeah, I wish an Audi R8 giveaway. That would be pretty sick. Jeff.
Yeah, that would be.
That would. Shit, I won't even announce it. Like, Mike, just give it to me. But yeah. So we'll get more information. I'm not sure if it's gonna be we're gonna do the giveaway next week. I'm not 100% sure. I have to get a little bit more information from Vistang. So stay tuned. This was the announcement. I know we were talking about it, but now you guys know that it's legit. It's gonna be official. This is just to give back to community, to our viewers, right? I haven't done a giveaway in a while, but I'm doing a giveaway this month for the Bomb Squad. That would be the memberships. So I'm thinking about something and what I can do that anyone would want and stuff like that. So that's gonna happen. Let me see, what's today's date? Since the Bomb Squad's watching right now as well. Let's see here. Let me see if I get a date and lock it in. Let's try to get it. During a day, probably, let's just say either Thursday or Friday next week during a week. So I'll put a thing in what's a little bit more convenient for the Bomb Squad. I'll put it through, through the YouTube channel, and we'll go from there. So that's gonna be something separate. That's just for the Bomb Squad. So if you're subscribed and you're Bomb Squad, get a little something. It is what it is. That's what I try to do. I'm gonna try to do it every month. I missed 1 month so far, but so far so good. So that's about it, really. About the giveaway. So, you guys have anything to add to that? Add to anything?
I think I might on my Monday stream, as you guys were talking about the tree right there.
Yeah, you have a bigger tree, Max.
Doing like a poll as to see who can guess how tall it is.
Oh, that's easy. That's about let's see. Let me see your head. And there's your shoulders. And I see you in person, so that is gonna be
3. I mean, if you're counting the top of the tree, you can't really see it because it's not all the way in the picture.
No. That's about.
I'd say 3.5 feet then.
He said 3.5 feet. No, it's not. That thing is like 20 inches.
Oh, what?
And here you guys were talking about it before the stream, thinking it was like a really tall tree.
It's 20 inches.
I guess we'll find out on Monday.
All right. Well, you have my thing, so I'm not going to do it. So
I have your guess. Yes.
You have my guess. I'm sticking with it. I'm pretty close, aren't I? You can't say nothing. It's hard.
I can't say nothing, but that's pretty funny.
He won't give anything.
Are you
away.
guys going to be streaming tomorrow night with the Flux team?
That's my thought. It depends on if I'm as tired as I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired, but we'll see.
What time is it? 8 o'clock Eastern? No.
When does it release? Or when are they going to start streaming? They're going to start streaming a little earlier, I think. The release isn't until 12:01.
No. I'm talking about the streaming. The stream, because we could like share it on our channels.
It was earlier. Yeah. I think it's a couple hours earlier to hang out and stuff like that. So.
It was like 6 o'clock Eastern?
I don't think it's that early. I thought it was maybe 8 or 9.
That's what I thought. I thought it was something 8. I've been really busy.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to stay up with them, but man, I don't know. Last night I stayed up really late. I was about ready to go to bed and noticed one of my nodes, it lost sync with the daemon for whatever reason. So okay, time to resync with the bootstrap. And so that takes about an hour to complete the process. I didn't lose anything. It was still good there. It just took a while for it to get done.
I mean, Max, what do you usually like? You don't have many hours of sleep though. You don't really you don't sleep many hours to begin with.
I need to get more. I get a lot on the weekend. Yeah, I get a lot on the weekend.
But I mean,
I'm the type of guy though. My head hits the pillow and I'm asleep. There's no tossing and turning. I'm just out.
Oh man, yeah, I have to be exhausted for that to happen. I wish, but yeah, I have to be really exhausted. Like I've been up since 5 this morning Eastern time, and now my eyes are starting to get a little heavy. You know what I mean? But it's just like after the live show, I want to go to sleep right away. I just can't. It's just my brain's still going, you know?
5 a.m.
I know what you mean.
5 a.m.
I have to wake up early because I have to wake up early. I have to have my coffee. Got to get everything situated. You know, just takes me a little time. It's a routine.
That's a long morning routine.
It's a no. Well, I mean, I'm at the shop around like 7, 8.
I don't know. I get up. Well, I have to be careful because Sunflower Mom is sitting right next to me. But I set the alarm. Usually let it go off about 4 or 5 times. Finally get up, take a shower. I'm out of the house in about 25-30 minutes and at work. So basically from 10 to 6 in the morning, and I'm at work at 10 to 7. And it's a half hour. It's a 25-minute drive. So most of that is about half of that is a drive.
I'm really happy, and I'm very fortunate that my shop is literally about 10 minutes away, if that.
Nice.
Like if you forget something, it's not a big deal. I could go back home. It's not gonna kill me. It takes longer just to wait for the traffic to go across just to make a left turn to get home and the light than anything else, really. So I'm very, very fortunate in that aspect, because I always forget something, because I'm doing like a video, right, or doing something in the garage because I have the vast rigs, or I'm mining something, or I'm doing, and then I may need, like, I was using my multimeter and then I'm too cheap to buy another one just to keep at the shop, and it's just,
Oh, I know what to get you for Christmas now.
No, I have another one. I gotta find it. It's a really expensive one too. But it's just like, just certain things. Stop, King.
I know what I want for Christmas. I'm getting 2,500 more flux, so I can get an Nimbus node now that I got the bandwidth.
Wait, I'm missing something here. Now that you have the bandwidth, what's going on? What did I miss?
Oh wow, he really doesn't watch my streams.
I've been sleeping. I told you before we got on. I swear, I haven't. My name hasn't been popping up at anybody. 235
megabits per second upload now. Finally got it. Got it. Not this past Sunday. The Sunday before that. No, I do not have fiber.
No, it's DOCSIS. The DOCSIS went up in certain areas up to like.
It's
200.
we got. Yeah, they implemented mid split. There's a technology called mid split that they.
It's always been there.
They did.
It's been.
No, it hasn't. No, it's been available.
Right.
They just haven't. But yeah, they finally have. Implemented. They've been rolling it out across the country. So finally, it came to our area. Thankfully.
I thought Max was going to say he was going to buy another 4090.
So what?
I do want to buy one more if I can.
So what's your up
he's
and
like
down?
Mike, man.
But here's I've told you what my strategy is. There's no way. In my opinion, it's a no lose strategy, because you have 24 months to pay this thing off, and it's going to be worth something. And whether I'm doing vast or I'm doing flux proof of useful work, whatever, it's going to make enough that it will break even and be able to pay itself off.
Guys, and Max said that it's not financial advice. You heard that, right?
It's not financial advice.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
What's your up and down speed?
What was interesting?
What's your up and down?
What was really interesting? What was that?
What's the up and down speed now?
My down is 1.2, and my up is I'm getting 235. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Coax
it helps out a
cable.
lot.
Holy shit.
Yep.
If you guys didn't know, that's about Max right there. No pun intended. All right. No, go ahead, Max.
No problem. But no, I actually had ordered a 4090 on Sunday, and I got an email yesterday that said, anybody watched or saw my tweet? Oh, sorry, but my post on X, whatever.
It's not a tweet anymore?
It's not a tweet anymore. It's a post. And it's not a retweet. It's a repost now.
Oh, forget about it.
Exactly. Anyway, I digress. I posted on X that it was canceled, because it was. I had an email saying it was canceled. So I got like an hour and a half chat that got me absolutely nowhere. Transferred 5 times. So I talked to 6 different people and got nowhere. when I got home from work, I'm like, all right, away we go. Let's try it again. So I got somebody on chat and somebody on phone at the same time. And the person on chat wasn't really helping me. The person on the phone, I was like, no. Sorry. It's, you know, we've been canceling orders because we didn't have enough allocation. And I'm like, you know what? I need to talk to a supervisor. And she came back 2 times saying, the person's just going to tell you the same thing. I said, that's fine. Then let them tell me the same thing. The 3rd time she came back, she's like, we found one. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
I don't even care. Perfect. How do I get it? She's like, all you got to do is tell me to say go, and I will send you a link. It will take you to an invoice. Just pay the invoice. So what does that tell you by the way she's talking? They got one from the business side. Best Buy has a business side as well. Plus, you know it's from the business side because they are delivering it to me. They never deliver 4090s or any of their GPUs. They deliver them to the stores,
Right, you have to
and
pick
then
it
the
up.
stores deliver to you. Yeah, you have to pick it
Right.
up. And this one I don't have to pick up. It's coming directly to me. So it's from their business side. So anybody who hasn't canceled one, you just got to be persistent. Now that's like 3 hours of persistent, but be persistent.
Jeez.
So I have one. It's supposed to be coming here on Friday. And see
How
if
many do you have
had
now?
This would be my 3rd.
Oh lordy B.
Dude,
And I'd like to get a 4. I'd like to get a 4
Mike needs to
GPU
go to-
rig.
King, do you have any? Do you have
GA.
one? Or no?
Needs to go to GPUs Anonymous.
Jesus. King, do you have one? Do you have a 4090?
What? No.
Yeah, me
No,
either.
me and Mike
Makes
had a
sense.
long conversation. Well, we didn't have long. We had a conversation
I don't
today.
have
'Cause I was talking to him, right, about other business stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, I think in a week or 2, he'll probably have a total of 20.
Oh, wow.
So,
Jesus.
like, he's just on there and he sees them and he just buys them. And I'm just like, and I get it. Like, everybody wants to use them and stuff like that. And it's an asset. I know it holds value. This is the hardest sell for me, though, is that if I buy that 4090,
Yeah.
I have to buy more hardware to get it to turn on, right? You don't just buy the 4090 and then it just makes money.
No,
right?
I know.
You got to buy more stuff to make it, to actually make it work, right? Versus I go buy a Magic China box S19K, I plug it in, it makes me money. I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
As well as
I'm with
the
ya.
S19K is gonna like 4 or 5x in the bull run.
I'm
right?
with you. I'm
4090
looking
is
into
not
that.
gonna do that.
King. I'm actually looking into an S19K Pro. I'm thinking about getting one maybe. I don't know.
Don't do it, Dave. Don't get
I
in the
want it.
Magic China box game.
It's magic, dude. It's fucking magic.
I know it prints money. Just don't.
Prints money. It's not even gonna print you BTC. It's just gonna print fucking dollars, dude. Like it's crazy.
Man.
It's gonna come out
See,
of the
for
back
me-
of the machine.
For me, for the amount of power that you use up with a 4090 versus the amount of power you use up with a Magic China box, if you're doing it at home, I think the 4090 is the way to go. That's
Oh
my
yeah,
opinion.
you're not gonna want to hear that S19
Actually,
in your garage.
Okay, you know what? I'm doing a short tomorrow, and you will hear the S19K where I live, which I'm probably warmer than most people. Like it was, I think, like 67 today where I live. You know what I mean? So I will go out to my garage. It is not loud at all. It is very.
Is that different than your other ones?
Do you have it on low
Like
power
a
mode?
difference between an S19J Pro?
Yes, it's much quieter.
What
Much
is?
quieter.
What is?
The
The S19K.
As well as it's actually, well, obviously profitability moves up and down, right, based upon the price of Bitcoin. But
Right.
as of right now, it's even if you're at 12 cents, making pretty good money with an S19K because of its efficiency.
Okay. Yeah. You said 12 cents.
Yeah, even if you're
Yeah.
at 12 cents, you're
cents
making
is
money.
probably like, what is it, like $10 or $14 or something? Am I off?
No, oh shit, you got to be like sub 4 cents to make
Oh
that.
shit. So it's like $5 then. It's like
I would say I'm probably
$5.98.
around the 3 to. I haven't looked today because I don't.
I'm
look
just throwing
every
these
day.
numbers out because I think I'm
lazy.
pretty close right now because I'm looking
Profitability.
into that shit. Magic China box all the way.
But you're right, King. I really want to build a rig that I can get multiple 4090s on, because I know if I do that, the odds of me getting verified are much higher, which means I have much greater profitability if I do that.
You could do that in your 7810s or 5810s, Max.
I could do 2, but again, then you're talking about PCIe 3.0 and only 8 and 16 lanes, but not PCIe 4.
Okay.
You're not gonna make. I don't think there's really much of a difference. I'll be honest with you. I think you could get the same dollar amount.
The S19K
Look into it.
is making right now. A couple days ago it was making $875 at 12 cents. Now it's making $360. Average I would say is about $360 at 12 cents.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you even take it down to 10 cents, which is, I would say, a pretty good rate nowadays, you're making about $5 a day.
Oh yeah. My shop I think is at like 10 cents.
Yeah, you'll make like $5 a day.
Yeah. That's where I got the $5 from. My house
So see, yeah,
is
if
more
you
money.
make the $5, you save the $5, right? You know, just the profit part, right? That's just profit, right? That's not like total revenue, right? You save that, wait for the Bitcoin to appreciate, right? You sell the Bitcoin, you sell the machine, there you go. And then once again you wait for the bear. Well, you sell it like around. I'm gonna sell mine around July-ish, 25, right? I want to be near the
2025.
I'm selling all ASICs and all my gear must go, right? And then I'm gonna wait for the bear market to come back, right? And I'm gonna accumulate, 4 times as much crap as I had before, and just roll it all over.
I just have to say, me as a business owner in the crypto space, I don't like the bear market. The bear market sucks. I'm just saying.
Well,
That's so profound.
Tough.
Everybody loves the bear market, don't you know?
It's so tough for a
it is tough,
company,
especially
dude. I'm
for
just saying.
A retail
Jesus.
business.
My
to
God.
be in our market. It is very tough to be. But I think you're doing good because, you make the 5810 cables, which I was showing off in my build the other day. What you don't have on there, though, Dave, on the website is the conversion, or to convert the 5810.
Oh my God,
from the server power supply over to the regular ATX. I know you've already done that. I know
Right, because that's what I was getting with Max. If he needed, if he wanted to convert his if he didn't have the power supply, because a lot of them come with 425s or whatever, 800, or whatever the case may be, it's not enough, right? So, if he had an ATX power supply, I have the whole conversion thing. I only made one. It's being used right now, the one that I made with the converter box itself. It's been since day one, whenever I made that conversion, there's a 3060 Ti on it.
Right.
Nice.
It's not mining, it's been on AI on Vast since this is a couple of months ago now.
Did you make a video about it?
I think so. Or a short.
You made a video. I thought that you made a video or a short talking about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you ever made a final video showing it working.
Yeah, Dave.
Maybe I missed it.
I'll make a video.
Content. I told you that the other day too, Dave.
I'm the short king. I'm the short king now.
Not how tall you are. No.
I love doing the shorts, man. The shorts is
But yeah,
I have to use my hands every single day. I got a lot of work to do now, because everybody likes these KSOs. Yeah, talk to me, Max. You want that cable? You like that cable?
I was gonna say I was thinking about it because I'm like, okay, remember I've got that the ribbon cable adapter type thing where it's got a cage around it with the ribbon cable. I showed you that. I actually did do a video about that, a little short on it. Anyway, but it sits on top of the power supply, the A25 power supply, and I have another card sitting in there, but that's only with a narrow card, like a 3060.
Right.
With a 3090 or a 4090, I would need to have both cards out and ribbon cabled into the unit, and I'd have to figure out where I would I'd have to jerry rig something up to have the card sitting on top of the case.
No, they have the 3D printed stuff that you can 3D print, the single card GPU holder. You could have that and use that.
Well, my point is there's a ribbon cable associated with a metal holder. So it goes right in and you screw it into the front, and it's structured. The problem is you have to have someplace to set it on top of.
I understand what you're saying. Okay.
So because the ribbon cable is only going to reach so far, it doesn't reach all the way over to the other side of the case.
Right.
So you need to have something that sits across the opening in the case. I thought about taking the cover and actually like dremeling out like just, you know, about yay wide out of it so that it sits across, and then I would just put it on top of that, and the metal should so that's what I'm thinking about doing right now. I got to kind of figure it out. But that's one of the things I'm thinking about with my 3090s, because right now I'm thinking I can take the 4090 I'm getting. I'm getting it on Friday, and on Sunday one of my 3090s comes up, so it'll expire, and I can put a 4090 in there, take that 3090 out, and put it together in one of the other 3090 rigs when that next one expires, is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So, and then the two 3090s hopefully would be verified.
Interesting.
But I would need more power. I would need to have an ATX power supply in order to provide enough power to two 3090s.
Well, I'm glad I made that cable. It was like that thing took me like literally 3 weeks to figure out.
Oh, I know it took you a long time.
At least. I think it was at least 3 weeks. Nobody wants to do all the math and try to make anything happen. It's just too much. It's too much work. It's a lot of work. I
still
even put
have
it on the website.
I will say I still have. By the way, anybody that is thinking about doing ETCMC nodes, a dual processor 7810 is a great thing to get. They're cheap. The processors are cheap. They should work. Shouldn't they work, Mining King?
What?
Like the Xeon version 2s or version 3s?
Well, the thing is that
yeah, I don't know about this ETMC thing.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he's got it on one. But anyway, my point is, if you have two processors in there,
it's not recommended.
You could create a Proxmox server and use all the cores and do VMs. Now,
but it's not recommended for the VMs, and they want you, because if you have a problem now, here, not financial advice, guys, ETC, MC, yada yada, right? Anyway,
right. Anyway, my point is that if anybody needs
they're not going to help
that
you.
extra cable, if anybody needs that extra cable that can make two GPUs and two processors run, I can help you out.
Max got you covered. But
I got you covered. I got a few extras.
It is not recommended. They will not help you guys at all.
That is true. They said they will not help you if anything goes wrong.
Do you have a single unit? Because they will either want you to buy units, because it doesn't matter.
They're out of units. They can't.
Yeah, they can do
don't even
whatever
have
they
any to
want.
sell. Yeah.
You know, they want you to be like, you need a dedicated freaking thing, but that doesn't make any sense, like you said, because you could Proxmox, do the VMs, and you could have one unit to do both of them.
But I hear what they're saying. So I think what they're trying to say is they figure people will try to game the system. Oh, so we need 4 cores, 4 threads. What happens if we do two cores, 4 threads? Well, nobody makes a 2-core 4-thread processor. So by saying they won't do VMs, they are saying that definitely 2 cores, 4 threads will cause problems. Okay, got it. They also don't want people to be sharing resources. So say you have a 16-core computer server, and fine, you try to put 6 ETC-MC nodes on it. Technically, you can say I'm giving it 4 cores, but you're really not, because you're sharing cores. You're doubling up on the resources. And some people will cheat the system by doing that. I know people that have done it on Flux Nodes, actually, when they do it via that. It's interesting. Sorry, going back down the Flux Node line. One of the things, I've got this guy back here that has 4 Cumulus nodes on it. And the only problem I have now, occasionally, is if they all try to sync up at the same time, it's not the bandwidth. It's not the bandwidth of the internet. It's the bandwidth of the drive.
Yep.
So, and I have them scaled back, but all 4 of them try to go at the same time. There's not enough bandwidth. And so usually what happens is one of them passes and 3 of them fail.
Right.
And then they go back and redo it, and then 1 will pass and 2 will fail. And you basically takes about 3 or 4 iterations before they all pass.
Right.
But I hadn't even thought about that when I did that. I never thought that was going to even be an issue. but it has. But that's the one right now. I plan on with that server, plan on increasing the memory, creating a Nimbus node in there because I have enough cores. I have enough memory, but then I'll have 4 cores with no available memory to use. So I'm going to add some more memory to it and probably make try to make an ETCMC node out of the other 4 cores that'll be left, because I have 8 cores associated with the VAST, with the 3090 for VAST in there. And then I'll have obviously the Nimbus node and then hopefully an ETCMC node all on the same computer. That's the plan.
So Crypto Frank with the $5 super chat. At a veteran miner, those nodes, is there a benefit of choosing launch full node instead of mine ETC POUW?
It's a different product. So full node, there are going to be full nodes, but it's different. I don't know exactly. I know Fully Electric has looked into that. Yeah, you can run it, but it's different.
Well, right. So you do not receive payments for it right now. But the nice thing about it,
for the full node,
is you know how you always have. All right, I'll help you guys out. Okay, if you want to,
I think you didn't know anything, King. I knew it. He could handle it. He could.
The nice thing about running a full node is that you get to sync to yourself.
Right.
Yeah. That way, if you spawn more nodes, you can just tell them to all go to your full node, and this way they don't have to look for peers because they're going to come to this. They're just going to go directly to yours.
But now you have to be prepared for the amount of resources that you need to allocate for this full node, though.
And it takes like weeks, not just days, but weeks.
The amount of information I need to download. And I don't even have one. I just know all about it. I started getting, first time I did research on some shit that I don't have at all. But it's just crazy that I could talk about this. But it's just like, the amount of like the power, the RAM, everything else to build the thing. I forgot what it was, but it's a lot. Okay. And you're not getting anything out of it. But you sync to yourself though. Like when they start paying, it's like, it's awesome.
You are getting something out of it though, because instead of waiting to look for peers for 2 days or whatever it is,
right.
You could just directly do it. It benefits you.
It's not cheap though.
And that's it.
It's not cheap.
That's pretty much all it is for right.
It's not cheap to build though. You know that. We all know this.
That what?
It's not cheap to build this.
If you own servers, it's nothing.
Well, if you own shut up. This guy. I could build one.
You could run it even on
could build one.
V2 DDR3
Max could build one.
Right. I have a few of those laying around. I have
a
couple ETMC nodes.
Crypto Frank wants to know the specs. Spill it out, King. What are the specs? Crypto Frank wants to know the specs.
Or
full node.
Oh, they have it on their. Don't they have it on their site? I don't know.
They do.
I think that,
It's 4. It's 4 cores, 4 threads.
No. Full node. Full node.
Oh, full node.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't remember the size of the hard drive. I thought it was 1 terabit hard drive, I think.
At least, at minimum. Hold on.
Let's go here.
Again, we're talking about minimum specs.
Yeah, share it, King, because if I use it on my other screen, I have to buy the same screen, and what happens is it totally messes up everything else because I have a smaller screen. So I have like 2 32s, and then I have a 27, and then when I do that, I have to rearrange everything. It's a pain in the ass. King will pull it up, right? And then we can just share it.
I'm trying to remember where I've seen the specs.
It's on their website.
I know, but I'm on it right now. Hey, I got a lot going on.
Thank you, Steven Cicero. I forgot about that, so appreciate that. Yeah, the Xeon X2 will work. And Bacon, Eggs, and Hash asked me how many GPUs I have. Currently, let's see. Sorry, I always forget. I wanted to say 39 and it will be 40, but I want to make sure I'm not missing some.
You missed the 2 4090s that you got in the basket right now.
24, 13, 37, 38, 39. Yeah, I had 39. I thought it was 39, and then I'll have 40 with the one I'm getting on Friday, which I did get confirmation it has been shipped.
And what about the other ones you have in the basket ready to buy?
I don't have any basket. Hey, a GPU comes in the door, that sucker gets put to work. It doesn't sit around waiting. I'm not DJ Minds where I like let stuff sit around. That's a crime. That's an absolute crime. Oh, but it needs to look nice and it needs to have good cable. Oh, screw that.
DJ
Get
can't
that
defend
dang
himself.
thing.
He's counting sheep right now. He has to wake up early.
I know. He better watch this replay.
Did you find it, King?
Find the information.
No.
I don't remember where it is.
I think I actually just did a search on requirements, and then it was like a shortcut to a page when I did a Google search. Google's your friend.
That's what I'm looking for is the fact sheet.
Oh my lord. I'm sorry. You guys should have said it.
Gotta max it.
Yeah. I was like, wait, did he forget? Did he not catch my drift?
No, I got your drift, Max. I got it.
Max, you sure it's not one of your tabs that are open right now? You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
I know that shit. I can't remember the RAM either. I thought it was like, I don't know. No one knows in chat. Retro Mike might.
I don't know. I can't remember where the requirements for somewhere. I want to say it's like what I might be off, but it's gonna be much bigger. It's gonna be like 8 cores, 16 threads, with like 16 or 32 gigs of RAM, and at least a terabyte hard drive.
Yeah, it was like 32 or 64 gigs of RAM, something like that, for kind of what I remember. It's not like it's not a bullshit little server, man. It's like, it's some serious shit. I don't know.
But yeah, I got more hardware.
Crypto Frank, I'll send it to you because I remember finding it. That's why I know about it.
Yeah.
I'll get you the information.
Is it in their Discord?
Oh, it may be there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I remember just doing a search on
they
it.
had it like, oh, you know what? I wonder if they have a. I don't know if they have a GitHub TMC.
See here.
Let's see here.
Let's see if we'll do a search really quick and see if anybody could. Hold on. Silent. We're searching here. Full node requirements. ETC MC. Let's see here. TNC node common. Hold on. We'll get it.
Okay, here we go.
You found it?
Community boot nodes, which are full nodes requirements. Static IP or dynamic. Let's see.
Right.
Internet
Makes
connection.
sense.
Minimum upload speed of 10 megabits per second. Stable and reliable. Well, yeah, no, that's kind of a given.
I'm stable, but I don't have my electricity cuts out, man. Fucking sucks.
Port forwarding, hardware requirements, 6 cores or more for optimal performance, 16 gig of RAM.
Wow.
And 1 terabit M.2 SSD, basically NVMe.
You notice how they said NVMe because of the speeds, right? The reading and writing speeds.
Well, they didn't say NVMe, but I mean 1 terabit M.2 SSD could be a SATA, but they're not saying that. But anyway, there's no difference in price. So you might as well get NVMe because it's a lot faster. Let's see. Obviously, they're saying cable connected, not wireless. Windows Server 2022 is required. And basic network knowledge. Let's see.
How much is Windows Server?
I don't know. Most of their stuff you can get. It just like will have like a watermark or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
If
So
you
you
can
still
get
can
Windows
use
Server,
it.
though.
Who gives
I
a shit
think
about a
so, but I'm
watermark?
not sure.
I don't know, Windows Server. But how come that seems like it's a lot less than what I thought when I was reading information?
I don't know. This was
not too
posted
bad,
yesterday at 4:38 a.m.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Arcs
Yeah,
Crypto
it's
and
been
Mining
posted more
saying
than
why
once.
Windows though?
That's a real good question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a question that's been asked of them multiple times, I'm sure. I'm not really sure why. I wish it'd be so much easier
But I thought you could
if
do
it was
Linux.
on Linux.
No, I thought.
No,
Wait a second.
it's only
Everything's
on
on
Windows. Everything's on Windows. There is no Linux.
Oh shit.
So if you're running,
you
like,
know
say,
that, dude?
if not that you should,
I
I'm
thought it
not
was on
giving
Linux.
advice,
On the
but
regular-
if you do run a hypervisor like Proxmox, yeah, then
Right.
you'd have to make sure that instead of what you'd normally do is have a Linux system running,
Right.
you'd have to make sure that you had a Windows environment running.
That's gonna just more That's gonna require more whatchamacallit, resources. Yeah.
Yeah,
For that.
it's silly
That's
in my
stupid.
opinion.
This is my opinion.
My
too.
guess
I
is
gotta-
so part of it probably has to do with the well, I'm hoping this is the reason why anyway, is that because the developers were more familiar with that development environment as opposed to Linux. I'm hoping that's the reason.
server.
No, Windows, I mean.
Right.
I think
Windows
they did
ser-
it just because everybody likes using Windows and they know people don't like using Linux. Well, most end users don't like Linux.
I suppose.
But I mean,
Yeah.
in this space though, Linux is very common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know. Hawk's bugging me about Proxmox. I made a video, Hawk. Go watch it. Teaches you how to set up Proxmox and how to make one VM.
What's the other one? There's another one. I was talking to Rondi about it too, I think. I don't think I was gonna use Proxmox, or use something else.
There's several
pay
other
for
ones
it.
you can
You-
use.
you pay for it.
ESXi,
It's
you can
user-friendly,
use
too.
Proxmox. You can use Hyper-V.
No, what was the
Don't
other one you
use that,
said?
it's trash. Hyper-V,
No, the one before that, besides Proxmox.
ESXi, VMware.
Maybe. Trying to
You
think.
can use VMware free, but it will be limited. VMware is
Right.
literally the biggest enterprise solution for virtualization. You could also use Unraid.
Unraid.
is more-
That's what it was.
yeah.
You have to pay for that Unraid. That's what I would use.
You do have to pay for that per machine, but
It's worth it.
but it's perpetual though. The machine will always, that machine will get that forever.
Right. You don't think that's worth it?
Not with Proxmox. Proxmox is super easy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have one Unraid,
I'll
and that's
do
where
Unraid.
I started. I started with Unraid
Okay.
because that's kind of more for at-home people. The reason I like Unraid is they do have this thing. It's called you don't really have to pay money, but it's called a marketplace, right? But what it is a bunch of places with all these different Dockers on there
Right.
that are free, right? You can like start your own Counter-Strike 2 server, which I did a while back. We were all playing at my, on the server at my house. They have Minecraft servers. They have Mysterium, right? So that way you can run a Mist node, which is another, it's a VPN crypto, so you can earn passive income that way,
Okay.
right? Through the VPN services. They have all different kinds of nodes and networking and all this cool stuff on their marketplace, but you don't pay for it. It's all free, and then everything's Dockerized. Which, okay, if you don't know what a Docker is essentially just it's a set, it's like a box with the set rules in it, right? And it'll always build that server within those parameters. So like you don't have to build the Counter-Strike 2 server. It will do it for you. All you have to do is click start.
Yep.
And then it will open the port, and that's how you access it. And that's it.
It would open the port, but how do you know? And then you just dictate. You open the port on your side. Make
I
sure.
open the port on my router.
Right.
And then I just open that port.
Port,
and
port,
then,
port
it just-
forwarding, and then
just
you give it
works.
to your friends, and they all play together and have a happy time. Maybe not on a
right.
Counter Strike. Fuck Counter Strike, but maybe another game or something. I'm just kidding. I get
Now
kicked
here you
out.
go.
I'm not
Here's
good on
Free
that.
Electric. He's also in the space, so I've never used Free Oracle. I've heard of it, never used it. And VMware Workstation. Is that different from?
It's probably
There-
standalone.
Yeah, I've never used the workstation. I've only used the actual.
It's probably like ESXi, but you're not clustering anything. You're just using everything's a standalone. All right, like right now, I've got all my Proxmox set up as standalone. They don't interact with one another.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
You only have to enter in one IP address, and then you just see everything.
I don't know. It's just not the way I have it set up.
Look, you just type in, whatever the IP is, and then you just see all of them up, and then you say, okay, everything's good. Okay, bye. Then just close it.
Max,
That'll reduce your tabs, Max. It's tab reduction.
Max, before we lose track, right? I have a quick question.
I don't need that.
Max, can you do me a favor? Yeah, I just want to. Can you measure like where your shoulder is on the bottom of the screen all the way to the top of your head? Can you just tell me what the length is? I'm just curious.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. You also don't know how far behind that is from me, so it doesn't help you.
It's relative. I can figure it out. So anyway,
that thing's like 20 feet behind me.
If you guys, it's not an inside joke. So we were talking about Max is gonna do a thing on his channel, say how big is that tree. So as you can see, he's,
But there is one advantage I do like with Unraid, if people are going to use it, that you get to pick specific cores and specific threads that get to be used on each VM.
You said on Unraid?
Which lets you control over how you're gonna. In the IT world, people over provision a lot, right? You're able to really tighten up that over provisioning, right? Because you can control exactly what cores and threads are being used.
Kurt the Frank says he must go back Windows 95 and Windows 3.1. I remember those times. It was basic and it was just easy.
Oh my god, Windows 3.1 was so worthless. I was like, why am I even using this? Send me back to DOS land. So okay, was a little story time with Max. Story time. So back in college, I got my first 286 computer. It was an IBM PS2 with a 286 processor in it. So if anybody knows, there's 286, 386, 486. This would have been either 88 or 89.
When did the Commodore 64 come out?
Oh, before that.
Okay.
This was after that.
I was like 3 years old.
Did I just date the shit out of myself? Whatever.
Probably.
Anyway, I had one.
Anyway,
so
I was like, how am I going to use this computer? Because I'm not just going to use it for school. I'm not just going to basically be like, well, I can use it because I don't have to travel, or I can remote in, because we had 1200 baud modems back then. Anyway, so what I found was I had Intuit, Quicken back then, Quicken for DOS, and I paid all my bills online in the 80s.
No way.
And swear to God, you can look it up. Quicken for DOS had online bill pay. You put it in there and you had to pay for it, but it was still less than sending out the mail. So, but I think it was like $5 a month or something like that. Anyway, Jesus. But it was a flat fee. It must have been less than that. But anyway, you just did it, and then you basically said send, and then sure enough, you get as it trains, it sends all the data and then hangs up.
Dial up.
Yeah, it was a batch
dial up.
It's like a batch dial up. Yeah. It's like I switched back in the day when I actually worked in a data communications department for Kemper Financial as a summer intern, and we used to have 56K switched links, and those were the fast links. 56K. all the offices had 9600 baud links. Those were to all of the Kemper Financial brokerage offices. 9600 was state of the art back in the late 80s. Our backbone was redundant T1s, 1.544 megabits per second. And that was the backbone for the entire company.
Solid infrastructure.
How things have changed.
Oh my God. I like story time with Max. We should do this more often, Max.
Sure.
I think I want to go work on this thing that I didn't.
Yeah, we've been going on for at least 2 hours now. I
Yeah.
appreciate everything.
I
That
got
was pretty
more
cool.
machines to build anyway. See, like I
are you
went
building?
and bought a bunch of stuff. You know,
What do you got?
got motherboards. I got.
Man,
So I'm building for my server rack some 2U Flux proof of useful work servers that are using M-ATX, right? So I got the Dynatron cooler here, right? 2U server cooler.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
E450s, I got 2 of these. And then I just got, these from Brandon Coin because I've been buying stuff from him. I got some
Oh, what was that? The Ryzen
GPUs.
Ryzen 9, right?
Yeah, that's a Ryzen 9. Then I have a Ryzen 7 3700X. And then I'm probably buying another two 5900Xs brand new because they're stupid cheap right now. They're like $275 brand new.
The 7s?
Wow.
No, the 5900X.
9.
59.
5900X. It was
Yeah.
288 for Black Friday, and now it's gotten even lower than that.
Isn't that crazy? Do you really think
Yep.
you're getting a deal there, chat, on freaking Black Friday? Probably not.
Oh yeah, and then I have a stash of like 5 2 terabit NVMe's from Brandon.
Those things fly off the shelves. Now I know why.
Yes, you do know why. I am looking every day, and he actually messages me when they come in, and I
Yeah,
buy.
he has direct contact now.
Right.
Brandon just scrolls
He
him up.
learns.
He's like,
He's
hey,
learned
King,
what
do you
I'm.
want?
Yeah, he's learned with me. I like to think about things, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm totally done with him. I want the fast sale.
You
I'm gonna
can't
call
snooze
King."
and lose. You snooze, you
King,
lose.
I got some 5900s, and I have 2
Jesus.
terabyte NVMe's. Yep, no problem. Buy it.
Right. He's like, "Yeah, that makes life easy for him. Absolutely."
King doesn't think
Absolutely.
about. He's just like,
Brandon's
I
a
want
cool
that.
guy. He's a really cool
yeah,
guy.
really cool guy. Good stuff.
Hopefully,
But yeah,
though.
you need to help me though. I need to figure out like what I need to order if I want to do like an epic rig.
Epic,
Epic
you're
rig.
talking like a Vistang build,
Yes.
like a dual 4090 build.
Oh, forget about it. Just
Oh
a
my
couple,
God, that
couple
costs so much
$1,000,
money,
you
dude.
get to
It
go.
makes me want to cry.
It's like
Well, wait a
$1,000.
minute. I thought you said you could get like an epic version 2.
Oh,
I'm
No,
looking
yes.
at for
Okay, so
lanes.
let me just say this, Kay. Look, Epic, like the first gen Epics, Kay, are gonna run you for the motherboard and the CPU.
$1,300.
You might get a little bit of RAM, but not very much. Maybe like 370, 390 plus tax and shipping, right?
Plus RAM.
Second gen Max, Kay. This is where it gets expensive. You're probably looking like anywhere between 12 and 1500 bucks.
$1,300 max.
Right, but here's
Loaded
but hang on a second.
RAM.
This is the thing. That's loaded. That's with everything.
4.0. Yeah.
I don't
everything.
know if that's with everything. So this is what I do know. He pays about
15.
$5,500 ish, right? Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending upon what he buys it for, right? But that's around what it costs him to build two 4090s with an Epic second gen and the memory. It's about
Yeah, but I've already
around-
I've already have the GPUs and I want to put 3 on it.
Oh,
You're not going to be
he
able to
said,
fit 3.
I think due to space,
You won't be
the
able to.
spacing of the
No, but then you put it in a mining rig and you use the ribbons.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, you could do that too.
Do that.
If you want that ribbon, I'll send it to you.
Well, we got to talk to make sure I know exactly what I'm getting first because I got to figure out. But is it is it X12 or X13
Are you talking about the motherboard?
motherboards? Yeah.
It's an H12 SSL -I.
Okay, H12. And
I
that
think
does
it could be
is that does
H11 or H12.
does that do PCIe 4 or is it
That
only
does
PCIe
Gen-
3?
That's Gen 4.
It is Gen 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta look. I was looking at eBay, but I wasn't sure exactly. So it was. Wait a minute. I gotta write this down. You know what? Send it. DM me the information.
I'll be in the Misfits, okay? But I want to go play with stuff, okay? I got stuff in here, I want to build some stuff, right? All right, Dad?
Wow. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah. Well, but I don't know what you're going to play with. But it certainly doesn't sound like you're talking about computer parts. But whatever.
Well, on that note, it sounds like everybody wants to go and play. So, all right, kids. We're going to wrap it up right now. So, just want to let everybody know I appreciate everybody joining. I appreciate you guys. Max Voltage, Mining King, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Hopefully, Vistang will get better, and we'll see him on his channel next week. It was great that Jeff Key gave us a little bit of information. So, let's see what happens from there. Let's support it. Let's try to get some rigs on there so they can do their they're testing. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you on the next one. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, everybody.
Later.